The unit 3 name is Introduction to Embedded Systems and the ARM Cortex-M4 processor architectures. Now you have to study about the embedded system. In the first unit also, I talked something about the embedded systems, some basic concepts behind that. How can you design the embedded systems? Okay, with the help of processor and with the help of controllers, you can design any systems. That systems comes under the embedded system. Now we will talk about the ARM Cortex M4 processor architecture. This is the another separate topic. So this unit is combinations of these two. So first you will see the syllabus. What is the syllabus of that? So that you can familiar with this. Now you can see within the introduction to embedded systems, you have to study, describe what an embedded system is and its main components. So what is actually embedded system and what components are required to build a embedded system. Next is outline the different options available for building a embedded system. Now there are so many various ways to develop a system, or you can say develop an embedded system. You will see that what types of ways are available, and also we will talk the benefits, functions, and attributes of embedded system. And then the last I will discuss the constraint specific to embedded systems and their impact. What constraints are affecting more and which constraints are affecting less. So these things I have to study in the half part of this unit. Now the half part of the second half part of this unit is called ARM Cortex M4 processor architecture. So ARM indicating that advanced RISC busing. So this is the ARM company which is developed the Cortex M4 processor. There are various families out there for the Cortex. Now you can see the first topic outline the different ARM processor families. We will discuss how many types of processors are available with the ARM Cortex. And also we will discuss what is the difference between ARM processor and ARM architecture. And then we will discuss the feature of ARM Cortex M4 processor. And then we will discuss the various blocks available on Cortex M4 and register sets are available with ARM Cortex processors. Okay. So these things you have to study. Now, in the first sections, so today I will start with the introduction to embedded system. That is the topic, describe what an embedded system is and its main components. Now you can see that with these diagrams, in the right hand side, we have several devices, and these all devices are called as embedded systems. Okay, so what is embedded system? What do you mean by embedded system? What do you understand by embedded system? That is called the application specific computer systems. Any system which is used for the specific purposes. Let us consider if you are designing the system for washing machine, it's washing machine only. You cannot use it in a other machines like AC and all. Okay. So that's why it is used for the specific purpose only. Now, it is built on into a larger system. Let us consider you have a car. In car, there are several embedded systems are available. Okay, so generally these embedded systems, whatever the embedded systems are available, that will be part of a larger system. जैसे मान लो कि वॉशिंग मशीन है, तो वॉशिंग मशीन में क्या है, सिर्फ थोड़ा सा एम्बेडेड सिस्टम होता है ऊपर के पार्ट पे, जहाँ पे डिस्प्ले बोर्ड लगा होता है, उसके नीचे का पार्ट से थोड़ा सा होता है. रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स आर मैकेनिकल डिवाइसेस. ठीक है, तो दैट मैकेनिकल डिवाइसेस इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय अ सिस्टम दैट इज कॉल्ड एम्बेडेड सिस्टम. So that's why in the larger unit, larger systems, you are going to provide the embedded system. Now again, next is the often with real-time computer custom. Whenever your embedded system will see, this will be applicable for real-time computer custom. Like you can see the ATM. ATM is also embedded system. This is based on the real systems. Whenever you have a car parking system, whenever whatever the devices are available in the car, this work in a real time. ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी हो रहा है और ये काम करेगा 10 मिनट बाद. Like airbags, anti-lock braking systems, there are so many things are available. This will work in a real time computing constants. जैसे ही हिट करेगा गाड़ी, एयर ब्रेक ओपन होना चाहिए, ठीक है. This system is called embedded system. So this is the functions of embedded systems. And now we will ask the question is, why add a computer to a larger system? Why computing machines are required for the larger system? Okay. So why it will be happen? So what is the benefit of that? If you are adding the computing devices, if you are adding the embedded system on the larger devices, what will happen? What effect will occur? Now you can see. Because better performance. The first is you are going to increase the performance. सिंपल सा काम है. अगर कोई मैनुअल चीजें हो रही है और कोई ऑटोमेटिक हो रहा है, तो जो ऑटोमेटिक होगा दैट विल बी गिव मोर एफिशिएंसी, and also it has more functions and features. There are several features are available you can combine with in one place, and also it has a lower cost. It's the most valuable property, that is the lower cost, and also more dependability. So this is the advantage of embedded system, why it will be used in a larger system. Now you can see, if you are talking about embedded system, the embedded system, it is also called as embedded computers. But no problem with that. So this will consist both hard software and hardware. So the combination of software and hardware is called embedded system. So in embedded system, see the embedded system. For this embedded system, you have to require the input from environment, and also you have to keep the output for the environment. So these things you have to consider that. Any input he will take and then he will work as a system. जैसे मान लो कि ABS है, एयरबैग सिस्टम गाड़ी में लगी होती है. जैसे कैसे होता है, गाड़ी हिट करती है, जैसे हिट करती है, it means that he can get a pressure, can get a force. With this force, the system will observe that something happened, and this something happens, so this will work as a input. और उसके बाद आउटपुट क्या होगा, एयर बैग का ओपन होना. तो हिटिंग हमारा क्या है, गाड़ी अगर हिट कर रहा है तो हमारा इनपुट है, लेकिन आउटपुट क्या हो रहा है, जो एयर बैग ओपन हो रहा है. so that you can save the life of human beings. Okay, so this is perhaps in a real time. ऐसा नहीं है कि हिट अभी कर रहा है और 10 मिनट बाद एयर बैग ओपन हो रहा है, then there is no use. So there are two types of systems of time. One is called critical system, but another is non-critical system. In the critical systems, time constant is very important. Like if you are going in the aeroplane, in that whatever devices are used, that devices is properly time constraints. Within time frames, he will do the task. If he will not do the task within time frame, then anything will happen. Either it will crash or it will something goes wrong. Okay. And also for embedded system, it has a user interface. Now, if you are want to monitor, so you can get the information. Let us consider I am sitting in a college and I'm running a company in which there are several machines are there. How can I check out all the several machines? Several machines are working fine or not. So I am sitting here. From here, I can monitor all areas, whatever available inside the company, whatever machines are equipped with the company, and also link to the another system. Sometimes what will be required, let's say examples, I am talking about airbags, correct? So vehicles is there, and vehicles is the car is there. In car, you are going to install the airbag systems. And also there are several systems are available. That is called car parking system. Their cameras are there. There are various sensors are there. Pressure sensors are there. With the help of that, you can find out the pressures of tires. Okay, so several sensors are there, several systems are there, and then all the system will be combined in one place. That's why linking to the other system will be required. So if you think about the economics, So what is the economics? So whenever you are using the microcontrollers, so microcontrollers are used in a various cases. 99% cases we are going to use the microcontrollers. And so that's why its recurring cost is very low. All of you know that microcontrollers were fabricated by the company, is it very low? Okay, so the cost is low, and also the non-recurring cost determined by the software development. Now we can see there are two types of cost. One is called direct cost, or you can say the recurring cost, or one is called non-recurring. And also one is called non-recurring engineering cost, that is called TINAR. So this cost will be defined by the one companies which is spent earlier. It means that before designing the product. जैसे मान लो सिंपल सा एग्जांपल है, आप अभी तक क्या कर रहे हैं, विंडोज 64 विंडोज 10 यूज कर, ठीक है, विंडोज 10 यूज कर रहे हो, दैट इज ऑफ 64 पे। तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि विंडोज 10 तुरंत से एक महीना के अंदर बन गया। दिस इज ए कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस। सो इफ यू आर designing this operating system Windows 10, this is a continuous process, so it will take years by years. So the manufacturer, the company is spending the money on the engineer for developing or designing the Windows 10 operating systems. So that cost will become under the non-recurring cost or non-engineering. Okay, so non-recurring. So that's why whenever the product is designed, the cost of product is high. जैसे मान लो मोबाइल की प्राइस है तो 10,000 की मोबाइल मिल रही है, उसकी प्राइस 10,000 नहीं है, 5,000 नहीं है, ठीक है, कुछ भी प्राइसेस है 4,000 3,000 कुछ भी होगा, उसमें नया कॉस्ट ऐड किया जाता है, क्योंकि कंपनी अगर उस डिवाइस को मैन्युफैक्चर करने में पहले अगर टाइम लगा रही है, इंजीनियर को पे कर रही है, दैट पेमेंट विल बी टेकन बाय द कस्टमर। दैट्स व्हाई ये चीजों के कॉस्ट बढ़ जाता है, ठीक है, इंक्रीमेंट। नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट द नेटवर्क। The embedded system will use multiple processors communicating across a network to lower parts of assembly cost. Now, what will happen when we are talking about the network? So, embedded system is used efficiently in a network. How? Let us consider. I told you I want to take care of my companies from sitting at a home. So, with that place you can do that. So, network is required. If you want to transmit the data, you want to receive the data. For that purpose, you need a network. Let us consider some systems are there, some machines are there. That machine is generating some data, and that data will be sent to the other machines. So how can you do that? With the help of network. And also, if your network is reliable, then it will take less cost of it. Since there are no humans involved in between. That's right. Now we'll talk about the examples of embedded systems. I will discuss two examples. Okay. So the first example is called bike computer. So computer, it means computer defines that it is computing devices. So it is not a computer, means not a personal computer. Okay. So bike computer, it means that bike computing devices. This type of devices will be there. So you can see whenever you see in the detailed dashboard of the car and all or bike, what will happen? It will give some information like distance, speed, time. So all the things are available in this system, in these features. So what is the functions of this feature? It is used for the speed and distance measure. So you are going to use this in the latter state. In the previous phase, we are using a speedometer. Okay, for calculating the speed, how much speed is going on, what is the speed of this particular vehicle. Okay, so with the help of this, you are going to measure the speed and distance So what is the constant of this? Now the constant is the size, cost, power and energy, weight. So these things are the constants. When we are manufacturing these devices, we have to take care of these things. Size, size will be small, cost will be lower, power and energy will be power it will take less power required devices, and weight also will have less weight. Now we will talk about the inputs. So there are two inputs. One is called wheel rotation indicator. How we will measure the speed with the help of wheel rotation indicator. तो जब व्हील रोटेट करता है उसी को हम क्या करते हैं मेजर करते हैं कि इस स्पीड से जा रहा हूँ. नेक्स्ट इज कॉल्ड मोड. Mode is required for the every system. So what will happen? With the help of mode, you are going to adjust the time. You are going to adjust the time. So let us consider if device is manufactured, it means that it's not necessary it is set it properly. ठीक है, तो इसको कॉन्फ़िगर प्रॉपर्ली किया गया तो हम भी कॉन्फ़िगर कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं विद द हेल्प ऑफ कोड. तो उसमें सेट करने का रहता है टाइम कितना हुआ, मिनट कितना हुआ, सेकंड कितना हुआ, लाइक दैट यू कैन डू. And the output cases called liquid LCD display is there. With the help of LCD display, you can see that. With the help of LCD display, you can see the results. What is the speed? What is the distance measured? What is the distance traveled? Like that. And also it has low performance MCQ. So MCQ indicates microcontroller unit. So that is 8-bit and 10 MIPS. So this controller is having 8-bit and 10 million instructions per second will be executed by this controller. Remember. The second example. In the second example, you can see it is a gasoline automobile engine. Gasoline automobile engine. What these things will be done? That is, you can see with these examples, you can get a clear idea how the system will be made about. So now you can see the first is the microcontroller unit. With this microcontroller unit, you can interface the input signal first. That is called input signal and sensor interface. Second, the peripheral interface for communicating the network. If you want to communicate with the network, then you need a physical interface. And also you need a power supply. And this system is also having watchdog timer MCU. So this watchdog timer MCU is responsible for software failures. If any software failure occurs, then you will try to reset the system. Now, if we're talking about the output side, it is taking the injector drivers, ignition key drivers, bridge drivers, output drivers. So there are many functions which is done by the. There are many functions which is done by the, which is carried out by the this system. Now you have to see, you have to check it out. In the input side, we are telling that throttle position. I am talking about the gasoline automobile engine. So in that throttle position will be there. You can like nozzles. You all of you know the nozzles. That like throttle is there. You can position it. Either you can give a small amount of liquids, large amount of liquids like that. Then you have an accelerator, mass airflow, battery, temperatures, and then NOx sensor. So what is NOx sensor? So actually, NOx sensor is used to detect the pre-ignition and detonation potentially damaging forms of abnormal combustion. होता क्या है कि जैसे हम गाड़ी स्टार्ट करते हैं तो स्टार्ट करने के पहले क्या होता है, कंबशन होता है, इग्निशन जनरेट होता है, कंबशन होता है. तो अगर स्टार्टिंग के पहले कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो तो दिस NOx sensor will be read out by that. Anything will happen. Now oxygen sensors and fuel pressure sensors. With the help of oxygen sensors, it will require that proper oxygens are there or not. With the fuel pressures, proper fuel will be there or not. If anything will be happen, it will sense by the this input signal sensors and send to the information to the microcontroller. Now, also it has a crank speed and cam position. So this is the two types of sensor: crank speed sensor and cam position sensor. So the crank, what is the use of crank speed sensor? The crank speed sensor will be controlling the speed. Like you are now you have seen that maximum vehicles coming with a limited speed. जैसे कुछ गाड़ियां, बहुत सी गाड़ियां क्या होता है उसमें स्पीड लिमिट किया जाता है कि हमें 80 किलोमीटर पर आवर से स्पीड से ज्यादा नहीं जाएगा. Okay, these things will be done by the crank speed. Now cam positions. So actually cam position will be monitor the position or you can say rotational speed of the tires. Okay, of the crankshaft. तो crankshaft क्या होता है? कि टायर्स, दो टायर्स होते हैं, दो टायर्स के बीच में जो लगा होता है, ठीक है, रोड सा, that is called crankshaft. So you can measure this. Also, you know, clutch and brakes will be required, and also it's. Now, when we are talking about the physical interface, there are two types of interface we'll use. That is called CAN. CAN is called controller area network. With the help of this network, you can send the data, or you can transmit the data, or it will receive the data. And also there are one option is there, LINE, that is called local internet network. Sometimes you need to send the data between the devices. Sometimes you have to send the data between the clouds and devices. Okay. So these things will be there. Now when we talk about the output side, one is called injector drivers. Injector drivers having power surge injectors. So with the help of injectors, you are throwing the fuels. Okay. And now ignition field driver, with the help of this, you are going to spark plug. With the help of a spark plug, you are going to start the, you are producing the ignition and the vehicle will be started. And also bridge driver is used for the Now it has relays, fuel pumps, oxygen heater, cam control, recirculation, idle control, and other. There are so many output devices. See, there is no such output devices is required. जितनी भी output device की requirement है, you can interface. There is no problem with that. Okay, so in this way you can say that this type of systems you can build with the microcontroller that comes under the embedded system. Now, when you are talking about the gasoline automobile engine control unit, I will discuss something. Now you can check that what is the function of this engine. One is called fuel injection, air intake settings, spark timing, exhaust gas suppression, electronic throttle control, knob control. So these type of functions will be carried out by this processor. This function is carried out by the processor. Now, what is the constant? The constant you have to think about the reliability in harsh environment. You never design a system. Such systems are not eco-friendly. So remember that, but put it in your mind. And also, if you are designing a system, the cost will be less. If cost will be less, it means that you can sell more product. And also, the maximum people can able to buy this product and able to use it. Now, if we talk about the input and output devices, so there are so many input devices are there and so many output devices are there. In the maximum cases, in the input devices, you are going to use a sensor. Since the use of sensor is taking the sensor is sensing the inputs and sending to the microcontrollers. And also when we are talking about the actuators, so these actuators each used as a output devices and also having network interface to desktop the car. Now when we are talking about that, if the 2 or 3 constants are there, so all systems are combined to each other and for that purpose, you need a network interface. If you want to send the data, let us consider, you can see, understand. I told you, if the vehicle hits anything, जैसे मान लो कि कोई भी गाड़ी अगर हिट करता है तो एयरबैग ओपन हो जाता है, तो उसमें क्या है, सबसे पहले जब हिट करता है तो हिट करने की वजह से जो प्रेशर जनरेट होता है, इस प्रेशर के वजह से फोर्स लगता है, ठीक है? और इस फोर्स को क्या करता है, सेंस करता है यूनिट, एम्बेडेड सिस्टम इस फोर्स को सेंस करता है, और देन अगर मान लो ये जो फोर्स है वो ज्यादा है at a certain range, then you will start the open, you will opening the airbags. इस तरीके से सिस्टम होती है। तो ये सारे चीजों को हमें कंबाइन करना पड़ेगा। कंबाइन करने के लिए क्या होता है कि नेटवर्क इंटरफेस की भी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, एंड ऑल्सो इट हैज हाई परफॉर्मेंस एमसीयू, जो भी हम माइक्रोकंट्रोलर यूनिट यूज कर रहे हैं गैसोलीन इंजन में, गैसोलीन ऑटोमोबाइल इंजन में, तो क्या है 32 बिट का माइक्रोप्रोसेसर यूनिट है, माइक्रोकंट्रोलर यूनिट है, एंड ऑल्सो इट हैज 3 MB फ्लैश मेमोरी, and the operating frequency is 150 to 300 megahertz. So these concepts you don't have to remember, just you have to understand purpose. What types of embedded systems are there? If you are thinking about embedded system, what types of components are available in that? All the things. So now the next topic is called the outline the different options available for building embedded systems. So if you are making the embedded systems, if you are designing the embedded systems, what types of systems are available? Like कौन सी ऐसी प्रोसेस है जिसके थ्रू हम क्या करते हैं, सिस्टम को डिजाइन कर सकते हैं, कितने ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जिससे हम डेवलप कर सकते हैं. So we will see that. Now you can see in the first case what is the options are available. In the first columns I have taken the implementation. There are several things are there. That is called discrete logic, ASIC design, programmable logic design, microprocessor design, microcontroller design, embedded PC. So these several pieces are there. There several steps are there. So with if you are going to use any platform and you can develop it. Now the some platforms are there which is having some certain requirement or some certain benefit or some certain drawbacks. Okay, so probably it states that these are these discrete logic, general logic devices. We are using that. Next is ASIC design. ASIC is called application specific integrated circuit. This is also one platform. With the help of that, you can design embedded systems. Next is programmable logic. You can you can program the logic devices. Whatever logic devices you are going to use, you can able to program them. And the name is called FPGA and PLD. So FPGA having, it is called Field Programmable Gate Array. So the FPGA is, it is a type of integrated circuit designed to be configured by a customer or by a designer. So what is the benefit of programmable logic is you can able to configure anytime. That's the benefit. And also if we are talking about the PLD, it is called programmable logic device. It is used to build or reconfigurable digital circuit. If any digital circuits are there, you can build with the help of this PLD. And also the more profound is there in this platform, you are going to use the microprocessor, memory, and peripherals. When you are using the microprocessor or microcontroller units, you need a memory and peripherals. Unfortunately, in the microcontrollers, memory is also available. Okay, so if you are going to use the microprocessor platform, then it is a microprocessor, memory, peripherals. These three components are required to develop a embedded system. Now we are talking about the microcontrollers. In the microcontrollers, already memories are available, and also you have a peripheral devices. So with the help of this, you can design a embedded system. Now that is called embedded PC. There are several big machines like ATM. So ATM is come under the embedded PC, and also it is a real time system. So now if you are going to use the discrete logic, you can see design cost is very low. Unit cost is in mid-range. Upgrade and bug fixes is very high. Size is large, weight is high. Power it is not determined. System speed is very fast. So now, according to these constraints, you have to check that which platform is suitable for your application of the product. कोई भी अगर आप प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन करते हैं तो उसके लिए हमें चेक करना पड़ेगा. जैसे मान लो तुमने खिलौना बनाया, तो ऐसा नहीं है ना कि खिलौने के दाम 40,000 रहती है. Who will buy that? Okay, so these things will happen. So you have to think these things. Like when you're going for the ASIC design, it will take high design cost. Unit cost is very low, and also it is hard to upgrade. Size is tiny, and also weight is very low, and power is low. And speed system speed is very fast. When we are talking about the programmable logic, the design cost is low, unit cost is middle, upgrade is easy, size is small, weight is low, power is medium to high, and system speed is very fast. Okay, so these all the constraints. With that, you have to select it which platform you are going to choose to design systems, to develop an embedded system. It depends upon your application. So in this call, the design cost, you have to take care of the design cost, unit cost, upgrade and bug fixes. Whenever you are going to design a system, you will think that upgrade systems are available. If upgrade systems are available, you can fix the bugs and you can upgrade the system. But if upgradation is hard, if you are not able to upgrade, then there is no use of that particular system. Okay. And also size will matter. Whenever the size is small, you are going to use nowadays at that type of systems. Weight is also, when weight is low, then you can prefer more prefix, and also power. So every maximum embedded system is used for the battery power devices. So if it is battery power devices, it means that when the power is the product which is having less power, which is using less power, you can go for that. And also system speed, it will depend upon the application. If it is a critical conditions, then speed should be fast. If it is non-critical conditions, then it is good. Like जैसे मान लो खिलौना है, तो खिलौना का स्पीड कुछ भी हो जाए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. लेकिन अगर मान लो कि एरोप्लेन है, अगर उसमें अगर टाइम पर कुछ भी फर्क होगा तो वो क्रैश कर सकता है. He will take the another situations. We'll see the basic building embedded systems using MCU microcontroller unit. So there are various types of chips are available. When we are talking about the ARM Cortex, so this is the called Freedom KL25Z board. This is also same type of board like Arduino and Raspberry Pi. All of you heard about that. So now this is having a different quality. So in most embedded systems, MCU are chosen as the best solution since they offer. Now it depends upon the application, which type of system you are going to design. For that, according to that situations, you have to select the boards. You have to select that other thing. Okay. So now the first thing is low development and manufacturing cost. Cost should be less. अगर इसकी cost अगर less होगी तभी हम design करना better होगा. Otherwise, if cost is high, no one will buy. Easy porting and updating. Porting and adaptation will be possible. Light footprint. So actually, footprint is the amount of space of a particular unit of hardware and software occupied. कोई भी बोर्ड में, ठीक है, MCU बोर्ड में अगर कोई भी जो सिस्टम्स है that system will be stored. That system will be stored कोई भी अगर सिस्टम हम डिजाइन करते हैं, कोई भी अगर बोर्ड डिजाइन करते हैं, that board will require some software and hardware. And also for storing this software and hardware, you need some space in the memory location. That is called light board. Next is relatively low power consumption. You have to take care of that. कि power consumption जितना कम से कम खर्च हो, it's better. It's good. Since all of you know that 99% in embedded systems each battery operating devices. And also satisfactory performance for low in product. जो भी हम डिजाइन कर रहे हैं प्रोडक्ट्स का, ठीक है, उसका प्रोडक्ट परफॉर्मेंस जो हो ना सेटिस्फैक्टरी होना चाहिए, नॉट बैड. तो लो इन प्रोडक्ट्स का मतलब क्या होता है? So low in products are cheaper and more basic than other similar ones sold in the same market. जैसे मान लो कि एक मोबाइल बना हुआ है, ठीक है, इसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कुछ भी है, सेम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन का मोबाइल अगर मान लो कि तुम बना रहे हो और दैट विल बी चीपर देन दिस, देन दिस इज अ मोर एक्सपेंसिव. तो हमें कोई भी सिस्टम अगर डिजाइन करनी है तो हमें ये ध्यान देनी है कि कॉस्ट कम होना चाहिए और जो भी मार्केट्स में अवेलेबल कॉस्ट है अगर उससे आप कम कर सकते हो तो इट्स वेरी गुड.